Bonsoir tout le monde, c'est un plaisir pour nous avoir. Jean Kawel, nous devant Amway Bank Arena. C'est la plus gros concert après le fait dans Florida avec la formation musicale CARIMI. Nous connaissons une grosse compagnie de production dans les Caraïbes qui derrière gros event ça qui c'est Konpa Kingdom. Yes, nous avons connaît un pile bagage sur préparation concert là. Qui genre activité a avancé. Mesdames et messieurs, pour nous connaître tout bagage ça, il y a un monde qui est mieux placé pour nous tout détail ça. His name is Jay Upscale. Jay, welcome. Nous devons faire cette rencontre aujourd'hui pour nous parler plus de qui genre préparation. How are you? Everything's good?
Very good, very good. Thanks for having me on the show, man. Thank you.
We are in the front of the arena.
Yes.
Là, c'est un gros bagage pour un pile haïtien. Même si nous connaissons habitué à un pile event, mais devant eux, je veux dire ça avec un event haïtien.
I feel happy. I feel excited. I feel very humbled because this is not normal. This is not something that you can just do today for tomorrow. This is something that, you know, takes a lot of planning, a lot of work, a lot of marketing, you know, production, negotiation, you know, on the highest levels. And to be able to bring the Haitian community, the people, the music, and the culture on the world stage at Amway Bank, it's a dream come true. As an event producer, as a promoter.
Très intéressant. Ou habitué au camper l'expérience, mais nous avons même montré pour la population, moun qui regarder, moun qui va venir enjoy concert ça, qui gens ça assemblé avant même arriver, mais connaît tout. Qui gens équipe pour avoir travail pour ça arriver. On a regardé?
Yeah, of course.
Let's take a look.
Yes. I think when you put a production like this together, right? It takes experience. It takes a good product, which is CARIMI. It takes people wanting to see CARIMI and see them perform on the biggest stage, on the world stage. I think when you buy a ticket to see CARIMI, you're buying a ticket to be part of history. It's your culture, it's pride, and it's just an energy that you cannot miss. You have to be there to see it. You know, this is something that when you buy a ticket and you experience this event, it's something that you can tell your kids and your grandkids that I saw CARIMI perform. You may never see them perform together ever. You know, this is the last show for CARIMI in Florida. So you may never see CARIMI perform again. So this could be your last chance.
Et ceci dans un bel espace, un espace qui est différent qu'on pas habitué. Ouais, j'aime moun yo ka gade là. Mais travailler avec vous arena ça demande un peu l'exigence. Qui ça pour faire un event comme ça dans arena demander comme exigence?
When you do an event in an arena, it takes experience. It takes a certain amount of how can I say it?
Money?
Risk.
A risk?
Let's say risk. I mean, of course, you know, financially, it's a lot. But more than anything else, it's a risk. Because what if no one buys the ticket? As a promoter, you're doing something that has never really been done before. So you're relying on what you think could happen. You think that it might sell out. If the show doesn't sell out, it looks bad on the culture, looks bad on the people, the promoter. It's a disaster. Thankfully, we have a sold out show. So I'm very excited.
Nous connaissons un peu le marketing, déjà négociation avec monsieur, c'est pas un bagage qui facile, puisque s'il était facile, peut-être il était fait déjà. Un peu de monde qui campait dehors, qui dit, ah, c'est pour l'argent, monsieur a fait, Je pense que... Est-ce que vous pensez que c'est l'argent ou bien effectivement vous voulez offrir un bagage comme exemple à la communauté noire?
I don't really think any one of us is doing this for the money. You do media, I do promotion. CARIMI sing. We do this because we love it. But at the same time, we all run a business. We would like to make money. Our culture as Caribbean people, our story needs to be told. We just tell our story through media. We tell our story through entertainment. They tell out their story through music. So it's a passion, and we hope that we're able to make money so we can support our family. But at the end of the day, it's about having a love for your culture. And that's all it is.
Négociation, c'est peut-être la première étape là pour faire, mais quand il y a après négociation, il faut mettre ton machine, il faut mettre ton ensemble de monde ensemble. Combien de monde et combien de temps ça prend pour préparer un event comme ça?
I mean, some of these events take months. You know, even just to get CARIMI to agree to this, it took me about 2 years of just going at them, and guys, you know, let's do this. And like I always say, nothing happens before its time. Everything happens in God's timing. And I think that everything came together nicely. We were able to get the business of it done, and you know, contracts and agreements. And we were able to make it happen, but it took months of negotiating, months of planning, and months of marketing and promotion.
Il y a des gens qui voient comme une partie de plaisir, ils juste viennent pour plaisir, mais pour même avec l'équipe, son travail, combien de temps dormi, le lever le matin, qui sont fait? Ou make sure ça que tu es supposé faire hier, la continuer, mais ça que tu es supposé faire jeudi à fête, ou une équipe, on doit brûler pour make sure everything is okay. What do you do when so lever le matin?
I'll give you a perfect example. When you look at the Olympics and you see everybody is performing at the highest level at the Olympics, the crowd only see the end result. There's a lot that went on behind the scenes for them to get to the Olympics. It's just like the events. The crowd will see the end result. They'll see, you know, the lights, they'll see the production, they see a sold out show. It's funny, Guy. Everyone will count the money that's being made and forget that there's expenses.
Yeah.
And these are the expenses on the highest level, because when you do production, you need production on the highest level. When you book the venue, there's a cost attached to that. Insurance,
Yes.
production on the highest level. And the most money to the media on the highest level. The media, you know, has to be like yourself on the highest level. There's a cost attached to everything that makes this event a success, you know. But at the same time, we run a business. We have to be able to make enough money, and hopefully you'll make a profit so you can do the next one and then the next one.
Très bien. On allait entrer dedans pour montrer mon qui gens en d'assemblée, même si beaucoup de monde, et peut-être là où il y a monde, il y a fait différence là.
Let's go.
Let's go.
It's important that you have, in Caribbean culture, in Haitian culture, you cannot have entertainment and not have food and the right drinks and
So
beverages.
we're gonna have the diri sauce pois,
Absolutely. And the griot.
griot, banane pesée.
Absolutely.
So-
With the sauce pois.
Son mélange d'expérience. Je pense qu'avec musique manger, c'est vraiment très intéressant.
Food.
Il est important pour vous de faire ça.
I mean, you cannot, I had to fight for it because, as you know, there's contracts with alcohol, with drinks, with food. But one of the negotiations and a deal breaker for me was that I am not bringing this business here unless we give people the full culture an experience of what it means to be Haitian. Music, food, drinks. So you will get food that complements the culture at Amaran Bank on Friday.
This is a nice view.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Pour nous recevoir un pile moun, pour nous recevoir tout le monde, ça a une logistique qui pour là, et gon temps tout nous besoin pour ça. Qui l'heure exactement pour tout le monde là, pour yo ka assister à vraiment les shows à démarrer, puisque son show qui est très bien préparé, et gon temps pour le commencer, et gon temps pour le finir, et nous voulons tout le monde ait même possibilité pour enjoy.
Guy, good question. Right now, we have a sold out show. Completely sold out. I encourage people to get there on time. Doors open at 7 p.m. Showtime is 8 o'clock sharp. Not Caribbean time.
Not
8
Asian
p.m.
time.
Not Asian time. 8 p.m. Eastern time. USA time. It's important that you get here early. Doors open at 7, as I said earlier, but you have to make sure you get parking. If you want to get drinks, if you want to get food, if you want to know where your seat is, you want to give yourself enough time to get to the venue, get settled, so you don't miss anything. We're going to open the show with a big surprise. So you need to be here. Doors open 7, showtime is at 8 o'clock sharp. If you miss it, but you have to be there on time.
Mes amis, il faut nous à l'heure. Et là, nous allons passer dans la deuxième partie, nous allons chita pour nous parler de logistique, préparation, qu'a fait philosophie, tout bagaille qui derrière go event ça dans Miami, c'est CARIMI. Moi avec Jay Upscale, c'est lui-même qui c'est une figure pour parler de non seulement Konpa Kingdom, mais show CARIMI ça. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Jean Kawel, nous en dans Arena, côté que CARIMI va le faire deuxième gros concert après New York là, avec Jay Upscale qui derrière Konpa Kingdom. Un nouveau concept qui arrive dans la communauté. Jay, we are inside. Nous en dans Arena, I'm at Arena. How do you feel?
I feel confident. I feel good. I feel excited. You know, it's a pleasure to be able to, you know, display the culture and the music on the world stage. Like, look at this, we're here. You know, we're sold out. You know, it's a sold out show this Friday and I'm very excited.
Après New York là, il était vraiment difficile pour un pile monde te croire que un groupe haïtien te ka fait avant même monter pour initiative là, qui ça ou te gain comme information qui te fait embarquer dans l'aventure ça.
I mean, I think that it was about time, you know. The music is amazing, the people are amazing, the culture is amazing. Now it's for the rest of the world to see how amazing it is. So, you know, it's something that I'm proud of. I consider myself a Caribbean ambassador. I've done the reggae shows, I've done the soca shows, but Konpa always intrigued me. You know, growing up in St. Lucia, I mean, that's what you listen to. You know, obviously you would hear, you know, Tabu Combo, Tropicana, Kassav, you know, and that's where I first got my love for Konpa music, you know.
Alors, nous connaissons avant ou entrer dans le business musique haïtien, où tu as gagné un ensemble d'informations, et je dis à ou commencer à travailler tout près avec un pile acteur. Et est-ce que l'idée où tu as gagné avant ou entrer avec ce vivre là différent?
I think when it comes to, you know, Caribbean music, we're one people. You know, yes, there might be the difference in the language, but there's something about music where there's one language. For example, you look at the Africans. We love the Burna Boys and the Whiz Kids. They sing in their language, in their dialect. And they're some of the biggest songs, you know, when we're working out in the gym, when we're partying in the club, we go based on energy, we go based on vibe. And I think it's the same thing as Konpa music, you know, even Rabodai, you know, you go from the feel and the energy, you know, so that's what drew me to wanting to take, you know, compa music to the next level so the rest of the world could feel that energy too.
Non, nous pas de problème avec ça. Et nous connaissons la musique, là, pile bagay qui fait déjà avec Tabou Combo dans le temps. But nous avons connaît plus en collaboration avec acteurs dans le milieu, façon pour imposer idée qu'on gagne pour musique là avec production qu'on gagne. Est-ce que le paraît un bagay plus difficile ou plus facile que j'en te prévoir avant même de commencer avec nous?
Well, I mean, I think that it was one of those things that I think they knew had to happen, but everything in God's timing, everything, you know, comes with a certain energy. So, for example, you know, it started with Konpa Kingdom at Barclays. For the community, for the artists, for the media, to believe that it could happen, to believe that it could be real. You know, so it started from New Year's Eve, December 31st at Barclays. And then when they realized, wow, like this is something that could be real, you know, the conversation started and we went back and forth. Obviously, we had to make the numbers make sense, you know, and the business make sense. It wasn't easy, but, you know, we figured it out. It was important for CARIMI to also show the community unity. You know, yes, they may have broken up a long time ago, but they were able to put their differences aside for one common goal, you know, to show the community in a time like this in Haiti and in the community that despite our differences, we can come together and do something amazing and show the world that in spite of whatever is going on, we're still one people, you know.
Alors, nous connaissons une communauté qui est difficile, vous avez dit tout à l'heure, je dis à vous comment c'est possible. Mais dans la lunette, dans la façon à pour bagaille, est-ce que vous commencez ou l'autre groupe, à part de CARIMI, qui a fait un bagage comme ça avec eux dans l'avenir pour la musique haïtienne?
I mean, that's a good question. I'll tell you my personal opinion. My personal opinion is that in order for something like this to happen, it's almost like the crowd has to miss you, you know? I believe that CARIMI has been away for a long time. Just as, for example, in the reggae world, you have Vibes Cartel. He was in jail for a very long time.
More than 10
know,
years.
Buju Banton was, you know, away for a very long time. So now that they come back into the society, back into the community, people are just like, you know, amazed to see them. You know, you hear their music, but you never got them to perform. For CARIMI, believe it or not, a lot of people have not seen CARIMI perform, especially some of the people who came up in the industry listening to the music, some of the younger, you know, generation, and they've been away for, you know, quite some time. So now they get to see them in the biggest form. So I say that to say, I mean, some of the other bands, I think that it could be done, but they have to miss you. You know, if I saw you perform last week or you know, last month, you know, you know, you know, a perfect example. Look at Meji.
Yeah.
Meji was away for some time, so when he came back into, you know, people missed him. They want to see you. So I think it's part of that where they have to kind of miss you.
Est-ce que concrètement, vous avez des gens qui déjà, pour parler peut-être à l'avenir, nous avons fait comme ça avec concrètement, directement, est-ce que des contacts qui fait? Vous pouvez me dire qui est?
Yes, I have, but the thing is, it doesn't have to be in this. It doesn't have to be an arena. But I have been talking to, we have some good stuff coming up, and we have some things coming up in some really good venues. The whole point of Konpa Kingdom was to elevate and celebrate Haitian music, culture, and its people on the world stage. That's our mission. That's our vision. So you know, we have some legendary shows coming up in some amazing venues. So I just hope the people can appreciate it and they can come out and support, you know.
So, jan moun yo ka gade, nou an dan ap gade, espace la ki vide, et déjà m'kon wap imagine rempli. La rempli? Si oui, à combien?
I think that if you miss this show, if you miss this, you miss being a part of history.
Combien moun wap reten la vendredi 21 mars? Combien moun?
It's going to be a full sold out stadium.
How much?
You know, sometimes, you know, people start to count the money. They say, "Oh, you make it." I mean,
But there are a lot of work behind. So, nous parlons de tout travail qui gagne.
I mean, it's a good question because honestly, I mean, we're expecting, you know, close to about, you know, 17 and maybe almost 18,000 people.
Less than New York, but the place a little bit less than, or it's the same amount?
I would say about the same amount. You know, we're filled to capacity. You know, I mean, right now we just have a few tickets remaining, but you can say we're pretty much sold out. Just like New York. For me personally, I think that this will be crazier than New York.
Crazy then. Yes.
Florida. You see, because I think Florida people looked at New York and said, okay, I see you. We need to show you the energy and how we do it in Florida. You know, there's always a little thing between New York and Florida.
Yeah.
You know, so I think Florida will be just energy.
Energy.
You know, energy. That's what I describe it. Energy.
Ou même bon, c'est vrai ou grand pile expérience dans l'autre communauté, n'a fait go event, mais je pense que je dis à travailler avec Haïtiens, yo commencer donc chemistry, ou commencer à travailler ensemble avec eux et puis ben tout répéter plus, c'est normal pour deuxième show meilleur que avant.
I mean, I think it's about, you know, when you do something once, you know, it was amazing.
Yeah.
There was a few things that we needed to fix. So obviously when you do the second one, you fix some of the little, you know, things in the background to make sure the second one is even better. You know? So I
C'est ça qui va arriver.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's why I think, you know, Florida will be better because we were able to fix, and some of the things that we fixed, the crowd wouldn't be able to see, you know, stuff in the background. But with this show, it's just going to be, I think it's going to be way better. Plus, there's a lot of people flying in from New York because New York just love Florida. Give New York any reason to fly to Florida, they'll fly to Florida. So a lot of New Yorkers will be in the building, a lot of people flying in from Paris, Montreal, Guadeloupe, you know, just all over. So it's exciting.
Je ne sais pas si on est trop tard, puisque nous avons shooté l'interview ça avant concert là, mais Miami, au fond, l'autre environnement, profiter de la plage et de la chaleur en Floride, parce qu'à New York, c'est pas la même température. Donc, il y a pile raison pour venir plus concert là, en Floride, je pense.
Yeah, there's Miami's Miami.
Yes,
you know,
yes.
When we did Konpa Kingdom, it was in the winter. But regardless of how we look at it, it's going to be a sold out show. People are flying in from all over the world to see CARIMI. This is their last show in the US. So I think that as far as just, again, energy, is going to be energy, you know. Again, everyone is flying in from all over, New York, Paris, Montreal, Guadeloupe, Martinique. And when you look at Florida, it's close to the Caribbean. So people are catching cheap flights to come out here. All the hotels are booked out. You try to get a hotel right now, all the hotels are booked out. So that gives us an idea of just how big this is for the community.
Nous connaissons production là, on a l'influence dans la région caribéenne, d'ailleurs, ou sorti dans la même région, ou fait pile event. Est-ce que l'influence production là mène l'autre communauté dans l'event ça ou fait là? Est-ce que vous avez une idée de ça? Est-ce que vous avez ça?
I think that the fact that I've done or I started to do shows in the Haitian community, you wouldn't believe the amount of artists, the amount of people who are non-Haitian that are showing interest in the show because they're interesting. It's something that they've always wanted to do, but now they have a familiar face that they know who's doing the show. So they say, you know, they see the promotion, the videos are done really well. They know the music. People outside of the Haitian community know the music. So now it's just an opportunity for them to come and support. I look at myself and the company as a bridge for other people, other cultures to experience, you know, the Haitian culture, music, food, and its people. So I'm excited.
Yon nan avantage que nous gagnons dans type de event ça dans espace ça, c'est que j'en suis dit tout à l'heure, li bay opportunité pour célébrité qui pas kal non fait régulier vini puisque gen VIP, gen espace qui ka fait aucun be privacy yo. Est-ce que vous senti grand pile réaction à niveau ça par rapport à l'autre célébrité dans la communauté haïtienne nan, qui veulent venir assister show ça? Même event par rapport à sortir à New York, en pile artistes débarquer, d'autres artistes qui pas parler non bal régulier, qui fait non club régulier.
I think, you know, right now, the cool thing about doing it in an arena, there's something for everyone.
Everyone, yes.
You understand?
Yes.
So even for the prices, you have the people who, you know, want to come and see CARIMI on a budget. They have the opportunity for tickets that are catered for them. You have some of the ballers in the Haitian community who want to spend money and go crazy. You have the suites.
Yeah.
You have some people who may not want to do a suite, but may not want to be too far away. You can get a front seat. So the way we set up the ticket prices made sure that everyone, no matter what your budget is, you have an opportunity to support CARIMI and to enjoy the show in a beautiful arena. We will start on time. The production is world class. We have the best in production, you know, and the CARIMI guys are working very hard to make sure that not only they put on an amazing show, but give you something different from New York. You know what I mean? So I think that, you know, we'll get everyone from all walks of life, you know, even the Haitian Americans. We have a lot of Haitian Americans coming to support the show. So I'm very excited.
Moi, personnellement, je peux dire que je suis dans la famille qui n'est pas habitué à sortir et qui est très religieux, qui a acheté ticket longtemps et pour venir là. Et ça, c'est une preuve qui montre que d'ailleurs, c'est Haïtien américain, ils fait ici. Moi-même, dans les médias, je ne vais pas jamais demander un ticket pour aller dans le bal régulier.
Right.
Mais ça, ils ont tout décidé de venir. Et ce n'est pas une, plusieurs. So, je pense que nous allons dire merci pour ça parce que ou remettez moun ça avec type de event ça même si nous connaissons plus l'autre monde dans la communauté qui fait gros event tout mais ça me senti une manifestation qui ont petit genre différent mais pour nous mettre moun yo toujours en haleine par rapport à ça que pas le fait là ou connaît qui ça monsieur CARIMI yo mando pour yo délivrer ça yo en via sans pas entrer dans le détail. Est-ce que vous sentez gon bagay qui pral extraordinaire de ça yo mando comme logistique pour yo délivrer ça yo besoin?
Well, I think that you said it you said it correctly, right? The name of the show is called Konpa Kingdom. In the kingdom, we are all welcome. In the kingdom, we are one people. In the kingdom, you can be yourself. So naturally, just as your family who don't go out much, they're very Christian, they see that I can come to the show and enjoy good, clean, fun in a professional environment, right? You have almost 3 generations of people coming to the show. You have the kids, you have their parents, and you have the grandparents. You know, all is welcome in the kingdom. I think that when you look at the fact that the level of production, the level of hard work. You know, CARIMI is working very, very hard. Something as simple as making sure that the screens that you see while they're performing is in sync with the song, making sure the dancers are also in sync with the song, making sure the fire and all the special effects, the lights, everything is all working together. This is an army of people working behind the scenes to make sure this is a success. The media is all part of the equation to make sure this is a success. From the guys who give out the flyers in the street, from who print the posters, what this does in the Haitian community, we've hired almost at least close to about 300 people to put this together. It's something where, you know, majority of the team are Haitian. So what we're doing is that when we put this event together, we're bringing money back into the Haitian community. You know what I mean? From you have the people who work security, you have the people who do the transportation. You have so many people that are coming together in the Haitian community to make this work. Majority of my team members are Haitian women. So at the end of the day, I feel proud to know that I'm able to do something like that. And it's Women's Month as well. It's Women's Month as well. You know, so it's important for me to be able to support the community. I'm humbled and appreciative that the fact that they gave me the opportunity and embraced me to come into the community. And I hope I just, you know, make you guys proud.
Là nous nan niveau ça, li plus que musique. C'est vrai moun yo pral vinn là, y a gen un bon temps, y a avant, after this show, après show ça, qui so vle moun yo rete dans l'esprit yo. Ça vle yo kembe dans l'esprit yo.
I want them to walk away with a sense of pride. I want Haitians to feel that even though they might have family back home who might be going through hard times, I want them to be able to feel like you can still have unity in spite of our differences, in spite of maybe you might say something to me that I may not like, and I just stop talking to you altogether. We can put our differences aside and we can come together, whether it's in entertainment, whether it's in business. I want them to be able to walk away with a sense of unity and see that these guys were able to put their differences aside after so many years to come together. Why can't you and I do the same? You know, so I would say the takeaway for the community is, you know, and something that CARIMI has always, you know, wanted to share, which is legacy, unity, and culture. And that's what CARIMI is about.
Et concrètement, en dans show, il y a des bagages qui fait ça paraître pour une vérité, pour une réalité, et moun yo ka utiliser comme symbole pour yo toujours mémoriser ça vle faire passer en dans show.
I think that when you look at, you know, the performances, when you look at the screens, when you look at just how all the production come together, you will see the unity and the pride in the production. And that's important. You know, even when you were at New York, at the New York show, even in New York, people left and, I mean, there were people crying in the crowd, saying that I'm just so proud to be able to see that we did it. We were able to fill a stadium, no issues, no problems. Production was on time. Everything just worked perfectly because a lot of people were nervous that, you know, I hope, you know, something always goes wrong somewhere. And New York was flawless. And I expect the same for Florida.
Nous sommes contents ouais des artistes qui pas forcément annoncés dans la line-up là dans concert de New York là. Et ça t'a créé un peu l'émotion. Est-ce que nous envie de retourner avec même émotion ça avec l'autre surprise dans le show ça?
We have some very, very big surprises. Again, the goal is for us to be able to make the show different from New York So we have some very, very, very big surprises coming on stage with CARIMI.
I can guess. Yeah, mga imaginer. Nous quitter nous-mêmes tout pour nous imaginer parce que parce que le bagage qui venir. So Jay, t'es vraiment content de faire si je t'ai parlé ça là pour nous quand même motiver mon faire comprendre dans quelle dimension Konpa Kingdom a travaillé avec CARIMI pour voyer musique là monter son gros production, son gros groupe, non gros arena, nous juste besoin mon yo vini faire le plus gros toujours avec énergie, avec chaleur. Qu'est-ce qu'on va dire?
I would say, you know, at the end of the day, when you buy a ticket for Konpa Kingdom, you buy a part of history. When you buy a ticket to come to see CARIMI, you're supporting your culture, you're supporting your music, you're supporting your people. And I think that, you know, at the end of the day, if you miss this show, just delete your Instagram, delete your Facebook, because that's all that will be coming in your feed all day, every day. You'll see it from the crowd and you'll wish you were here. I promise you.
Voilà, très intéressant. En signe de remerciement, my team and I will bring you a gift.
Oh, wow.
That is for you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Feels
Radley.
like a box of money,
You
Guy.
can open it if you want. I want to see what is inside because la fait remerciement en créole, la dit mon merci en créole. You speak Creole. Simply sure Creole, simply sure.
Simply, merci beaucoup.
But only that?
Wow.
You see? Ah.
Wow. Guy, you made that yourself? You shouldn't have.
My team and I. Not only me.
Wow.
So that is for you.
Guy,
But thank you for the...
thank you.
Merci pour tout ce qu'on fait pour musique là. Et pour commencer, by the way. So...
Are we allowed to promote alcohol
you
on the show?
It's not alcohol.
Or it's not alcohol?
not alcohol.
Passion fruit, crème. Okay. Wow, Guy. Thank you.
C'était juste pour nous te remercier, son geste
I
pour nous te
appreciate
remercier.
it.
Thank you, Jay. Nous avons vraiment attendre tout le monde. Et puis, m'espérer, après tout effort, show a passé. Jean t'a supposé passer.
Vendredi ça.
M'attend nous tous vendredi ça pour plus gros concert CARIMI dans Florida.
Okay.
That's a lot.
Action.
Thank you, Jay. That was a pleasure.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.